So, with Lightning Wizard on the horizon, I thought we'd do a little bit of testing because I really want to just show off how powerful this card can be. Right, so Channel Thunder Steep. Go again. Whenever you play an action card, you may pay one. If you do, it gains go again. Right, this is basically what Wizard wants, right? We get mock effects of this through Mage Master, through Storm Striders, but now we just have a blanket. Every card we play, if we pay one extra, it has go again, right? And Wizard just absolutely loves this. So what can we do with it? Well, starters, we can play it. We can put it into play. Pitch some resources, have two floating. It's now on board, meaning we can use our Tome of Aetherwind, pass, draw our two cards, and of course pay the resource to give it go again. From there, we now have Snapback, which are all instant because they have that second clause. If you played another Wizard non-attack action card this turn, you may play Snapback as though it were instant, meaning that every time we play Snapback now, what's going to happen is we get to pay and we get to generate an action point, which is just fantastic. So we can even use the Robes of Rapture to gain some resources first, right? So we have the 4, we can use Snapback. We don't really have to worry about the Metacarpus, pass, let it hit, resolve, and then give it a go again. And look at that. We're generating action points. We can do it again, Snapback, no extra arcane damage, pass, and then pay the 1, give it a go again. 2 action points, right? Now, obviously, we can't play the last one, but yeah, that's already pretty insane to me, right? It just enables so many big turns where rather than, going for this big setup, you just throw out a Channel Thunder Steep and then you go nuts. You can chain together more attacks than you normally would be able to. You could just take all the 0 costs and just be a spell sling, and that'd be kind of interesting. But what does a proper combo with this look like? Well, let's check it out. Okay, so let's see what we can make happen. I believe I've comboed together just a nice little OTK to show off the interaction we're going for. Now I'm using a reduced deck size like normal again to show off a specific interaction. So let's get going, right? So Channel Thunder Steep, pitch a blue, and then from here we can play the Tome of Aetherwind. I like starting with the lower cost one, right? It's also worth noting there are no Kindles in the deck. So Kindle would be a fantastic way to sort of get over the Arcane Barrier hurdle, right? Because you could amp 3. And then, that goes a long way. Usually, Arcane Barrier, average player, I would say, runs, 2 to 3, depending on the matchup. And maybe that shifts to a much higher value if, Arcane dominates with Rosetta. But till then, right, I think, 2 to 3, so 3 Kindles would probably get over the hurdle. So we can Tome, pass, draw 2, and then pitch the Gaze, get another Tome, pass, draw 2 more, and this time no, don't need to pitch anything. Did we get anything to pitch? We didn't get anything to pitch, but we still have the 1, so we can use the other Tome, draw 2, and then pitch, right? And now we have blues, so we can use that, pass. You guessed it, it's just a whole bunch more drawing like usual, right? Cash in, this way we take the gold and the crown, so another free positive to hand, right? We don't have to pay for the go against, it already has go again. And then we can Tome, pass, and this should be the last piece of the combo. Yep, perfect. And pitch the Gaze. So Gaze is also worth noting, right? Because again, if you have the resources, it simply becomes a 1-cost opt that never leaves your hand as long as you've played 1 wizard card, which is pretty insane to think about, right? So with our 2 floating resources, we also have 6 through the Blink and 1 extra through the Blossom, so we'll use that first. Then we can use the Crucible Aetherweave, right, to buff our first Aether Flare. Of course, the combo we're going for is just stacking Aether Flare into Snapback, since it can be played at instant speed, meaning we don't actually have to use the Channel Thunder Steep for the last Aether Flare. So what we can do is go Aether Flare, right, pass, buff it, pass, let it hit, and then give it a go again. And that's the first step, pitch the Blink. Then the second one, I believe I can still buff it again, right? So we use the Metacarpus node, we let it hit, doing 9 now, we give it a go again, and we have to pitch the last Blink. Now for the last one, right, we have 2 resources, so we need 2, so we do Aether Flare, we pass, we don't buff it. It is now doing 12, right? But we don't give it a go again since Snapback can played at instant speed, and we don't have the resource to buff it as well. So there's 15, and that's a 41 one turn. Right, so that's fairly decent. Again, with Kindle and amping 3, you could add, 3, 6, 9, 12 damage to it, so 53. But the main takeaway for me, personally, is just the ability to now, again, throw out a bunch more spells every single turn. You can take a much more aggressive line as Wizard, right? You just find one of the channels, you throw it out. Maybe you're trying to do lightning stuff, maybe you're not, maybe you're just using it for that singular turn where you're just, maybe using 2 spells back to back, right? Or you have some of the other stuff that allows you to fish through your deck. Now, we didn't use Kano's ability whatsoever, right? Because I am actually playing Kano since the other lightning wizards are not out yet, but yeah. it is definitely a fantastic joining card, right? And I'm very curious how they handle Lightning Wizard, because I can't see them getting away with it unless they lean heavily into Go Again, and basically all the Lightning Wizard cards already have Go Again, and that sort of devalues Channel Thunder Steep, or they go the other way and they do Data Doll treatment, right? And they make the Lightning Wizard have one less intellect, right? Maybe a bit more health to balance it out, or some sort of weird act like that, right? Again, just the potential to throw out a chain of spells, just because that's Lightning's whole thing, is generating Go Again, either through the embodiment of Lightning tokens, through Channel Thunder Steep, through a bunch of the other Lightning cards, or just generating action points. So altogether, it seems like just a powerhouse for Wizard going forward. So I'm very curious how they actually handle our little mech friend, right? And what he ends up being exactly. But anyway, yeah. Channel Thunder Steep. I think in all honesty, unless they print a whole bunch of damage prevention by way of Arcane Barrier, Spell Void, or just damage prevention, that Lightning Wizard will take the meta, right? It seems crazy to me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See ya.